come to ask you a few questions. Bugatti Veyron, the wheels and the tyres are really, really expensive. Would we have any options to just do that, a cheaper alternative, a cheaper way?
From racing buggies and UTVs to rebuilding incredible supercars, Mark McCann has never shied away from big risks. His latest project, a legendary Bugatti Veyron, may be his boldest yet. Even car experts are divided, with some predicting record-breaking results and others fearing disaster. Mark has finally revealed the transformation he's been planning. What could make someone risk a multi-million-dollar hypercar? Behind closed doors, he's attempting what many thought was impossible. The £900,000 gamble. Mark did not walk into a shiny showroom and buy a perfect car, sitting pretty and ready to drive. He took on something much bigger than that, something that felt more like a giant puzzle than a purchase. The Bugatti Veyron he found was not whole. It was split into two separate halves, waiting for someone brave enough to bring it back together. Most people would have walked away, but Mark did not. He looked at the broken car, and he saw something worth saving. The gearbox alone was a nightmare waiting to happen, a tangle of parts that could either come together perfectly or fall apart completely, costing him everything he had put into it. Imagine spending hundreds of thousands of pounds on something you cannot even be sure will ever run again. That is exactly the kind of risk Mark was taking. One piece at a time, one decision at a time. Every bolt, every wire, every part carried the weight of a question nobody could answer yet. Was this the deal of a lifetime, or was it a trap dressed up in French engineering and blue paint? Nobody knew for certain, not even Mark. All he could do was trust the process, trust the mechanics, and hope that somewhere at the end of all this risk, there was a real, running Bugatti waiting for him. But hope is not the same as certainty, and Mark was about to learn just how far apart those two things could be. What happened next would test him in ways he never saw coming. When the dream became a nightmare, the gearbox trouble that Mark faced was not the kind of problem you could fix with a quick trip to a local garage. A Bugatti Veyron is not built like an ordinary car, and its transmission is one of the most complicated pieces of machinery ever put on four wheels. Fixing it meant finding rare specialists, waiting on custom parts, and holding on to patience that most people would have lost months earlier. Just when it seemed like progress was finally being made, a brand new problem appeared. The replacement clutch, which was not even an original Bugatti part, started slipping. This was not a small hiccup. It was the kind of failure that could undo everything that had already been done. Picture 6 long months of work, planning, and sacrifice, all balanced on a single spinning part. If that clutch failed completely, the car might have to be taken apart all over again, sending the entire project back to square one. For Mark, this moment was heavier than any of the ones before it. The excitement he once felt about owning a Bugatti had quietly turned into worry, and that worry grew louder with every passing week. He had already given so much time, so much money, and so much belief to this car, and now it felt like it might all be for nothing. There were nights when the dream of driving a Veyron must have felt very far away, almost like a fantasy slipping through his fingers. The car sat there, so close to being finished, yet so far from being trustworthy. Somehow, against every fear, the story was about to take a turn nobody expected. The moment everything changed. After all those months of worry, something incredible finally happened. The Bugatti Veyron began driving properly again, smooth, strong, and alive, in a way it had not been for a very long time. The clutch that once threatened to destroy everything Mark had built finally held steady, and the fear that had followed him for so long slowly started to fade away. For the first time in a long while, Mark could actually sit behind the wheel and feel the car respond the way it was always meant to. This was the moment he had been waiting for through every setback, every sleepless night, and every scary phone call about parts and problems. He later admitted that there were times when he truly believed this car might break him completely, both financially and emotionally. But when the Veyron finally worked, that relief was bigger and brighter than any of the fear that came before it. It was like carrying a heavy bag up a steep hill and, finally, reaching the top. The car had gone from a pile of expensive broken pieces, sitting quietly and doing nothing, to a real, breathing machine once again. It was no longer a question of parts and repairs. It was now a living, moving Bugatti, ready to be enjoyed. And that brought a brand new kind of challenge, one that Mark had not truly faced before. This was not a mechanical puzzle anymore, it was a personal one. Mark was no longer trying to save the car. He was about to decide what it would become. The Veyron that nobody can ignore. Mark has owned some incredible cars over the years, including fast Lamborghinis and sleek McLarens, cars that turn heads wherever they go. But according to him, the Bugatti Veyron feels completely different from anything else he has ever driven. It is not just another supercar sitting in his garage, it is something closer to a legend on wheels. When people see the Veyron, they do not need to ask what it is. They simply know. That shape, that name, that reputation, all of it is instantly recognizable, even to people who know almost nothing about cars. It is one of those rare machines that seems to live outside the normal world of fast cars, sitting in a category all its own. Even young children, around 12 or 13 years old, reportedly stop walking completely when they see it pass by. Their eyes widen, their mouths drop open, and for a moment, everything else around them seems to disappear. That kind of reaction is not something money can buy easily, and it is not something every supercar can create. This becomes one of the most powerful emotional parts of Mark's entire story. He is not simply enjoying the Veyron because of its price tag or because of how fast it can go. He is enjoying something much deeper than that, the pure reaction it creates in every single person who sees it. The Veyron has become more than a car in Mark's life. It has become an experience shared with strangers on the street. Every glance, every gasp, every moment of pure disbelief adds another layer to why this car matters so much to him. That reaction alone would be enough for most owners, but for Mark, there was still so much more waiting to be discovered. The $900,000 price tag wasn't the whole story. Just when it seemed like the story of Mark's Bugatti Veyron was only about mechanics and emotions, another surprising detail came to light. The car reportedly came with 3 separate sets of wheels, and these were not just ordinary spare parts sitting quietly in a box. Some of these wheels turned out to be incredibly valuable all on their own. One set of standard Grand Sport wheels had reportedly been sold before for around £27,000, a huge amount of money for something most people barely think about. Meanwhile, the Super Sport wheels currently fitted to Mark's own car are estimated to be worth around £60,000 for the full set. This changes the entire way people should think about that original £900,000 price tag. Mark did not simply buy a broken supercar in need of repair. He actually gained an entire collection of rare and valuable Bugatti pieces along with it, hidden inside the deal from the very beginning. The wheels themselves have quietly become a story within the bigger story. Because they are so rare, finding a replacement set, or even a single matching wheel, could turn into an enormous and expensive challenge all on its own. Suddenly, the numbers behind this car start to feel even bigger than anyone first imagined. What looked like a simple restoration project has slowly revealed itself to be something closer to a treasure chest, filled with pieces that many collectors would love to own. And with a treasure like that sitting quietly in his garage, Mark was about to face a whole new set of decisions. Mark's first big decision: change the look. With the Bugatti Veyron finally running the way it should, Mark's attention slowly began shifting away from fear and worry and towards something much more exciting, its future appearance. After months of simply hoping the car would survive, he could finally start dreaming about what it might become. The very first big question on his mind involves color. Right now, the Veyron wears a stunning chrome finish, one that looks absolutely spectacular whenever light hits it just right. But, according to Mark, keeping that chrome looking perfect in the United Kingdom is an incredibly difficult task, thanks to the unpredictable weather and everyday environment. This creates the very first major decision hanging over the Veyron's future. Will Mark choose to protect and preserve that iconic chrome look that so many people already recognize, or will he take a bold step forward and give the car a completely new identity, one shaped entirely by his own personal taste? At this point in the story, the answer is still unclear, and that uncertainty creates real suspense for anyone following along. Mark has not fully committed to either path yet, leaving plenty of room for imagination and speculation. One thing, however, is becoming increasingly clear as the story continues. The same car that barely survived a long and difficult restoration may not stay exactly the same forever. Once it belongs completely to someone, changes often follow close behind, and the color of the car was only the very beginning of the choices Mark now had sitting in front of him. The wheels that could change everything. After thinking carefully about color, Mark's mind naturally drifted toward another big decision, the wheels sitting quietly underneath his Bugatti Veyron. These were not ordinary wheels that anyone could simply order online and replace whenever they felt like it. They were some of the rarest and most valuable pieces connected to the entire Veyron lineup. Right now, Mark is already driving around on extremely valuable wheels, ones tied closely to the legendary Veyron Supersport model. These wheels alone carry serious weight, both in price and in history, making them far more important than a simple styling choice most car owners never have to think about. As the conversation continues, the idea of changing these wheels comes up naturally, opening the door to a brand new possibility for the car's future. But this decision is far more complicated than simply picking out something new at a local shop. Because these wheels are so rare and so deeply tied to Bugatti's own history, changing them could carry consequences that reach far beyond simple appearance and style. This creates an interesting kind of tension running quietly through the story. On one side sits what Mark personally likes, his own taste, his own vision for how the car should look and feel. On the other side sits what actually makes sense, both financially and historically, for a car as special and as rare as this one. Mark has already shown, through other cars in his collection, that he genuinely loves to personalize things and make them feel truly his own, without holding back. But the Veyron might be a completely different kind of car entirely, one that carries too much history and value to simply change without thinking it through very carefully first. Every wheel underneath this car tells its own story, one connected to Bugatti's rare and expensive history. Changing even one piece could mean losing something that took decades to create, and something that money alone might never be able to replace again. The wheels beneath the car were no longer just wheels sitting quietly out of sight. They had slowly become a symbol of everything Mark now had to weigh carefully before making his next move. Comfort or sport? Beyond color and wheels, Mark also began thinking carefully about the inside of his Bugatti Veyron. Specifically, the seats he sits in every single time he drives. Right now, his car comes fitted with comfort seats, and surprisingly, he genuinely enjoys them more than people might expect. They make long drives feel relaxing, smooth, and easy, almost like sinking into a favorite chair, rather than gripping tightly for a high-speed thrill down the motorway. At the same time, Mark admits that he also likes the appearance of sports seats found in a completely different Veyron model. These seats look sharper, more aggressive, and more focused on performance rather than pure comfort, giving the entire cabin a completely different personality and feeling the moment someone climbs inside. This creates a small but surprisingly meaningful decision for Mark to think through carefully. Does he want his Veyron to feel like a smooth, luxurious grand tourer, the kind of car built for long, relaxing drives across quiet countryside roads? Or does he want it to look and feel sharper, tougher, and more intense every single time someone climbs inside and sits down? Alongside this seat decision, Mark also hints at wanting a nicer overall interior experience altogether. This includes small, personal touches like custom floor mats and other little details designed to make the cabin feel more like his own personal space, rather than simply a factory setup from the very beginning. At this stage of the journey, it becomes very clear that Mark is asking himself a completely different kind of question than before. He is no longer wondering how to make this car run properly again. That battle has already been fought and won. Instead, he is now wondering how to make this incredible machine truly feel like his own, inside and out. And that quiet shift in thinking was about to lead him somewhere even bigger than he expected. Will Mark go completely crazy? With so many small changes already floating around quietly in Mark's mind, a bigger and far more dramatic possibility naturally starts to take shape. People close to him even joke about whether he might take things to the extreme, similar to what he once did with his Lamborghini SVJ, a car he transformed in a bold and unforgettable way that surprised everyone. For now, though, the answer seems to lean firmly toward no. Mark has made it fairly clear that he is not planning to go completely wild, or as he puts it, fully lunar with his Bugatti Veyron. This single small detail might actually be one of the biggest clues about where this entire project is truly heading in the months ahead. The Veyron, it seems, occupies a completely different space in Mark's mind compared to his other vehicles sitting in the same garage. With cars like the Lamborghini, he has shown he is willing to take huge creative risks, transforming them almost completely from top to bottom. But with this particular Bugatti, there appears to be a certain invisible line that Mark instinctively understands he probably should not cross. This raises an interesting and important question about the entire project moving steadily forward. Can Mark truly personalize this car, adding his own personality and taste, without accidentally destroying the very qualities that make the Veyron so special in the first place? Balancing personal style with historical value is never simple, especially with a car this rare and this expensive sitting in someone's driveway. Every choice now carries extra weight, knowing exactly how much history and money rests quietly inside this particular machine. That careful balance between restraint and personal expression was quietly about to shape the final chapter of Mark's entire journey. The Bugatti that changed Mark's mind. Mark admits that this entire Veyron project has been a true emotional roller coaster, full of ups and downs he never fully expected. There were moments of real fear, moments when everything seemed to be falling apart at once. There were mechanical failures that threatened to end the whole journey completely. There were times when the car itself almost felt like it was fighting back against every effort to save it. But now, when Mark drives it slowly through busy streets and watches people react with pure amazement, those difficult memories slowly begin to fade into the background. He compares the whole experience to taking a huge punch during a boxing match. At first, all you can think about is never wanting to feel that kind of pain again. But once the pain finally disappears, you remember exactly why you stepped into that ring in the first place. The Veyron has finally escaped the nightmare that kept it trapped in pieces for months. It survived the gearbox battle, the clutch failure, and the fear that the entire project might have to start again. But now Mark is facing a completely different decision. The chrome finish may not survive. The wheels could change. The seats could be replaced. And the man who once feared that this Bugatti would break him is now thinking about how to make it truly his own. The biggest question is no longer whether Mark can save his Veyron. It's how far he is willing to go to transform it. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.